Let's start with our top focus this hour. In fact, we will be debating and discussing this as well in detail. A shocking act of intimidation, controversial Tamil YouTuber and political commentator Savukku Shankar has become the target of a brazen attack after his house was drenched in sewage and human waste. These are visuals you wouldn't want to see even in your enemy's house. From the visuals on your screens, like I said, you can see a group of unidentified individuals dumping filth inside the house of this YouTuber, sparking a massive outrage. Popular for his scathing criticism, particularly of the DMK party, Savukku Shankar pointed fingers at the government, calling this a blatant attempt to silence him. Videos of the incident have gone viral. They have drawn sharp reactions from all across the political spectrum. And under immense pressure now, the Tamil Nadu police has also handed over the case to the crime branch unit of the CID and also has promised a thorough probe. What really is happening there? Who's to blame? What exactly is the consequence of this? Joining us right now, our panel of experts: Asma Tasleem, spokesperson Congress, SS Sriram political analyst, Uma Anandan, a leader of the BJP. Asma ji, I'll start with you now. Savukku Shankar very categorically has blamed the Tamil Nadu Congress chief for what's happening. Now, again, I know you don't want to draw parallels. You'll say that this is all whataboutery, but the reality is there's so much debate, noise by the Congress when it comes to the Kunal Kamra case about how freedom of speech is being tampered with, it is not being allowed. Similar parallels will be drawn in Tamil Nadu as well.
Hi, from Hangi here, and I would like to start with saying the parallel drawn between two incidents is incorrect because the latter incident was then condemned by all the parties across, and we have initiated the probe against whatever has happened. So nobody has condoned to the violence that has taken place by the miscreants. So don't draw the parallel between both the incidents, saying that one is same as the other. The other, you can see it as a state sponsored attack on the comedian for
All the
cracking
political
jokes,
parties have condemned.
but the
Sorry,
other
but I have
one
not seen the Congress
is
condemn it yet. The only reaction coming in from the Tamil Nadu Congress chief is that he says Savukku Shankar has some hidden political agenda. How is this different to what's happening in Maharashtra? It's almost the same scenario that's playing out. So the BJP now has come out and basically said that this is the reality of the DMK and the India Alliance that talks about freedom of press, but in reality is the most fascist regime that there is in the nation.
These are the allegations made by the person Savukku, but is there any connection between the miscreants and the states? Do you say that it was a state-sponsored act? Obviously, we have condemning it. Obviously, I am condemning the act. Whatever has happened, it's wrong. I want any Shiv Sainik to say it. Whatever is happening with Kamra is wrong. Come forward and say it. Taking the law into hands was incorrect. Barging into that auditorium and breaking and making the violence was incorrect. Will any Shiv Sainik or any of the BJP person say it? The Congress is saying whatever happened with the person was incorrect and we condemn it. And the law must take its course.
All right.
Miscreants should be brought down to justice.
Let me also get in the BJP here. Uma Anandan, now your reaction. The BJP says that the law and order situation in the state of Tamil Nadu has completely failed. Anyone can go into anyone's house and ransack. Now, Asma Tasleem has a similar reaction to it. She also says that while the BJP sits here in Tamil Nadu and says that this is the law and order situation, what about the state of Maharashtra? Every party in power seems to be doing the same thing. How, Uma Anandan, is the BJP different?
Definitely, you cannot compare this incident which happened to Savukku Shankar's mother. First, understand she's a lady, a senior citizen, living, she was alone in the house. And how did the police permit this? And who was leading the procession? A close associate of Mr. Selva Perendagai, they are telling. And they were shouting slogans and coming. Was the police simply sleeping all these time? They didn't allow, they don't give permission for a lawful protest that BJP organizes, and the DMK government has never been patient or tolerant towards comments made against their government. The same Savukku Shankar was all their honey and blue-eyed boy, so long as he was supporting them. But now that he has turned and he has told openly, and you just tell me whether throwing, I don't want to name this thing, and sewage inside a house, strew it across the house. I think basic human dignity, even violence, physical violence, this is worse than that. This is worse than physical violence. No human being can tolerate this. The dignity of the lady, that they are keeping in mind her gender, her age. It is obvious. See, I raised this point. There is a scandal. Why can't we talk about scandal? The Times of India came out with the toilet scandal last month. Maintenance, where it was 36 rupees, from that it jumped to 386 rupees per day maintenance. This issue was raised by the Times of India with proof. And
Uma
again, I would
Anandan,
like to say the salary
totally
of this
understand
comes
and
under
agree with you that this is not the way to behave with anyone. But this is exactly where even Asma Tasleem will now come out and say that how is the BJP sitting here and lecturing us on law and order situation when, you know, something like that's happening in the state of Maharashtra. This is where I want SS Sriram to come in. SS Sriram, there have been questions again and again. Let's now keep. Let's keep. One second, Uma Anandan, let's also get Mr. Sriram
what
here.
about the
Mr.
Ananda
Sriram.
Vigadan? Wait, Ananda Vigadan presentation of Mr. Modi. Were they not raising a hue and cry, all of them? Ananda Vigadan, when it portrayed Mr. Modi, all these so-called people who are calling for the freedom of the press, what are they doing now?
Ashish,
Nobody has come out with any single comment.
My question is, we are ready to call it as unlawful act. We are ready to punish those
Asma ji, respond.
Is BJP willing to punish the people who were involved in this unlawful act in Mumbai? Whatever happened with comedian Kunal Kamra?
Umpteen instances I can tell for Congress. I can reel out umpteen instances from the past. I can reel out umpteen instances from the past. How carelessly the Congress has behaved. Let her not come and sermonize here.
One second. Asma ji, first I want you to respond. Asma ji, respond. Uma ji, then you please reply. Asma ji, please respond.
The first question is, as we are condemning the act that has happened in Tamil Nadu, which is unlawful, which was inhuman, and the miscreants should be punished. So my question is BJP ready to accept whatever is being done to Kunal Kamra is incorrect and unlawful? Are they coming
Definitely
up
yes,
okay.
but this
Uma
is
Anandan ji, the question
that.
is very simple
this
here. Let me rephrase it for you. Uma Anandan ji, one second. Let's not cut each other out. The conversation is not going to make any sense. Uma Anandan ji, let me rephrase what Asma is saying here. Asma says the Congress is ready to condemn what's happening in Tamil Nadu. Is the BJP ready to condemn what's happening in Maharashtra? On record, is the BJP ready to condemn the violence?
Definitely, we are. But why is the Tamil Nadu so-called harbingers of press freedom keeping quiet? Everybody, we always take the press freedom. What happened when last week they painted one Junior Vigadan magazine, put the Prime Minister Modi in chains? All of them are up in arms against that, but not a single mama here. The Congress person from outside is condemning, but no condemning from
Asma ji and Uma Anandan ji, apologies, the conversation is not making any sense right now. We seem to be speaking over each other. Sriram ji, I want you to come in on this. Again, questions have been raised again and again about the law and order situation in Tamil Nadu. This incident now coming in, help us understand, just help us put it in context.
Yeah, see, it is worrying. The law and order situation is worrying. Last year, 2024, a news channel, a reporter was brutally attacked, despite the fact he was requesting the police to save him 4 hours ago or 5 hours before the attack took. He was reporting on Sand Mafia. The place where the attack took was hardly a kilometer from the police station. And the gentleman, I don't know, I need to get a latest update, and he definitely was hurt very badly. And that's the state of affairs. Today, they talk about fascism, they talk about Prime Minister, the India Alliance, not just in Tamil Nadu. What happened to Mr. Revanth Reddy, who said he will skin the journalists, he will skin the YouTubers if they are going to report? And that is the amount of tolerance this India Alliance and the Congress and the India Alliance people talk about. And they harp about Prime Minister Modi or the BJP, yet they don't have the basic tolerance for any reporting, and they come and preach on freedom of speech. This is absolutely not acceptable. This person clearly said what his life is under risk and what was he reporting about. And he very clearly said he was only trying to expose the funds used for SCST, were meant to be used for SCST, and he blames a Congress person. And that is the result for he having spoken what is happening.
Okay.
Now, this is
All right.
hypocrisy.
Asmaji, quickly, if you want to respond to this, because Mr. Sriram is saying, while Mr. Rahul Gandhi goes across the nation propagating Mohabbat ki Dukan, is this the Mohabbat ki Dukan that the Congress talks about? On one hand, he gave the example of Revant Reddy. On the other hand, what's happening in Tamil Nadu? Yes, you can come on the panel and say that you condemn it, but the reality is, it is happening.
I'll come with an example. BJP Minister Ravni Bittu says Rahul Gandhi is terrorist, anti-national. Did we not tolerate it? Does it show that we are intolerant to the criticism? And that is not the criticism, it's a slander. And there are a lot of instances where day in, day out, BJP people relentlessly troll and slander my leader. So we are all for freedom of expression and freedom of speech. And how come it is intolerance? One has to explain.
But then why is this happening then?
I think Rahul Gandhi is the most trolled person in India by BJP. He's picked up day in, day out by BJP every day. So this shows that
okay. Sriram ji and Uma Anandan have to respond. But before we do that, let's listen into what Mr. Shankar had to say. He had an exclusive reaction to us. He explained what exactly happened and who he thinks is behind this entire attack. Before I go across to Sriram and Uma Anandan, let's listen into the man himself.
1 month back, I broke a story about a huge scam in the distribution of sewage cleaning vehicles to people below the poverty line, particularly from the scavenging community. The scheme is sponsored by both the central government and the state government. 50% of the cost of the vehicle will be given as subsidy by the central government, and the remaining amount has to be taken as loan, and even there is concession in the interest for the vehicle loan. Instead of delivering the vehicle to the actual beneficiaries, Tamil Nadu Congress Committee Chief Mr. Selva Perunthagai sponsored around 130 candidates who are members of Tamil Nadu Congress Committee SCST wing, and most of the 130 people doesn't deserve this thing, and they are professionals, they have a lot of income, and some of them are advocates also. This is the story I published around 1 month back. For the story, the Chennai City Police registered a case that I denigrated the scavenging community people. But the magistrate thankfully refused to remand, saying that there is no offence made out and he has not spoken anything denigrating the scavenging community people. And since they cannot do it legally, they have resorted to this vandalism.
All right, so there was the man himself, of course, putting the allegation on the Congress. Now, Mr. Sriram, before I go across to Uma Anandan, she very vehemently wants to respond to Asma Tasleem here. But Mr. Sriram, the reality is, again, you look at the examples being given by Umaji and also Asmaji. The reality is that every single party that's in the opposition in this nation across different states suddenly becomes the upholder of freedom of speech. And when they're in power, you see the same parties actually cracking down on dissenting voices, and it's a reality. Every single party does it, doesn't it?
See, there is a huge difference between what Congress or the India Alliance does, what BJP does. I'm being very, very honest here. Here, anything to do with public, expose, people are being attacked. Anything, if there is no room for criticism here. While they will call Prime Minister Modi anything that they want, or for that matter, Madam Nirmala ji, anything they want, they will use abusive language on them. But even a honest fact or some sort of a finding,
but
whether it is true or false,
let's keep
tolerance
sting
to
operation
it,
aside.
But do not go.
People are being attacked. People are being targeted for cracking jokes.
No. People are targeted for cracking Jones. Who are the people who were attacked for cracking Jones? Let me know about that. By whom?
People are being
Here,
targeted, aren't they?
no.
People are being given
Boss,
threats.
No, here you have a chief minister who's threatening, who's upholding a constitutional post, who should be protecting people, says, I will skin. You want any more fascism on record, on a TV channel when he addresses the people? Is he a chief minister to uphold the constitution, or is he a dictator? And what is the stand of Mr. Rahul Gandhi on Mr. Revanth Reddy? And what is the stand on Mr. Rahul Gandhi on what's happening in Tamil Nadu? I mean, this is not a single YouTube journalist. You have a prime channel journalist who has been attacked, and he's fighting for his life. Nobody can talk against this government, be it in Tamil Nadu or be it in Telangana.
Okay.
Fascism
Asma ji,
in the
I want you to
India.
respond.
Let them
Asma
first
ji,
answer
directly
that.
respond, please.
First of all, Sir wants to draw parallel between both the incidents where one comedian cracking a joke is, first of all, he thinks that it is a punishable offense. Okay? He thinks that that is the biggest offense that has committed, and the reaction coming from BJP and Shiv Sena is all fine with him. I mean, that is not a dissent for him. The dissent is this man who has alleged some allegations, and we are condemning the attack, and we are saying that it must be probed. It is in the hands of CB-CID. Yet he's saying that we are intolerant. How are we intolerant when we are condemning the attack?
So
When
please
we are
condemn
not
Revanth
justifying
Reddy.
it. It is
Please
wrongly
condemn
done.
Revanth Reddy.
These
Please
people,
condemn
these
Mr. Revanth
people
Reddy.
who are still not
We will
saying
take
a
you
word of
seriously.
Kunal Kamra, who do not want to, the deputy CM saying that for every action there is a reaction. What reaction are you talking about? And the vandalism that was state sponsored by
This
the
sort of a
Shiv Sainis.
reaction.
They come onto the show and they say that because our emotions were hurt, that's the reason we took law into the hands. Is
All
it
right, let's also
justified?
get in Uma Anandan. Umaji has a point to make. Umaji, go ahead.
Two things only I want to tell this lady who is living outside Tamil Nadu to come and visit and for herself see the deteriorating law and order situation in Tamil Nadu. Every day in every corner of the state, 3 murders, 2 murders in broad daylight. Every city is dangerous. There is no yell or woe in the city. Second, I would like to tell her, open in the Corporation Council meeting a few days back on the budget session, the Congress leader of the party comes in the meeting and tells, I'm going to put Mr. Modi ji and Amit Shah ji's photo in the graveyard in my ward. What will you do? This is a very, very, ongoing, repeated offense here. She does not understand that the law and order situation in Tamil Nadu is deteriorating day by day. And let her mention who was the person who was leading the procession yesterday when they attacked Mr. Savukku Shankar's house, a lawyer who is very close to the Congress leader, and not a single person has come out in condemnation of this old lady being attacked when she was alone at home. And you cannot compare what they did to Mr. Shankar's mother to any other violent act. This sort of a thing is nauseating. It is not at all a humane behavior. Every sane person should condemn this, and it is just not mere lip service. We condemn this act or let the law take its course. We are simply bored by this repeated statement from the Tamil Nadu government and its Indic partners.
Asma Tasleem, the person who now is facing this attack, Mr. Shankar, comes out and says that he does not trust the police anymore. He has no trust in the Congress DMK government. Do you still assure him justice? Because at the end of the day, it's not just a person, his house being littered with human feces. It's unimaginable. It's also his mother facing that trauma. Will the Congress now reach out to Mr. Shankar, apologize? Not because, again, nobody's saying that you did it. But again, it's your government in power. Are you going to reach out to Mr. Shankar?
We want the justice for the person. We want justice to be served. And whatever happened with him is immoral. We don't say that whatever is happening is right. I mean, it's the humiliation, it's the slander, and his mother. We accept it. I mean, we take the responsibility that justice would be served to him. We are not shying away from owning the responsibility here. And deteriorating
Asma ji,
law order
again,
is like it's
that's the
happening in the every state. Are we not owning up the responsibility?
if you say if it's
Was
happening
not
in
the
every
action
state, Asma
taken?
ji, let's talk about Tamil Nadu now. Let's talk about Tamil Nadu. Is the Congress DMK government going to assure action and justice?
Yes. Action in course of action and the justice. This is what?
All right. 30 seconds left on the
Justice
broadcast.
would be
Umaji,
served.
your final message for the Congress.
It's high time the Congress and the DMK in Tamil Nadu realize that the people are certainly vexed with this deteriorating law and order situation. The police force is being used as errand boys by the ruling government. The same, where were they? The police had not even reached, and they advised Mr. Shankar over the phone, don't come. Don't come to the house for the next 1 hour. What are the police doing then? They are advising the one who was affected not to come. They are in no way to protect him. They are not in this thing. What does it signify? What does this signify? Morning one daylight murder, afternoon one daylight murder. What is this? An entire page in everyday newspapers devoted to the crime scenes all over Tamil Nadu. What does it mean? While you have the DMK government calling the ministers over a problem which is not at all a problem. He is busy holding conferences over issues which are not at all there, imaginary issues. He is busy taking care of those issues, not coming down to earth and taking care of the public who are in total misery. No amount of words
Absolutely.
can be
Uma Anandan ji,
justified in
again,
what
I
happened
understand
to
the
Mr.
concern that you
Shankar's
have for
mother.
Mr. Shankar, but again,
No
at the end
amount
of the
of
day, I
words can
think the
compensate for
reality
that.
is, regardless of whether a human feces sewage is thrown into someone's house, regardless of a hotel being vandalized, any sort of an attack against the freedom of speech should be condemned unequivocally. There should be a similar stance on everything. There's no good vandalism, there's no bad vandalism. Vandalism is just vandalism, and I hope that Mr. Shankar gets the justice he deserves, and like Asma Tasleem ji
No,
said,
there
that the
should be a
Congress
new
condemns
word in the
it
dictionary
and
for
allows
this.
for a fair probe
You must
to
find
continue.
a new word in the dictionary for this. You must find a
We'll
new
try
word
doing
in the
that.
English
We'll try
dictionary
doing that,
for
Uma
this
Anandan ji.
act.
But Asma Tasleem, SS Sriram, and Uma Anandan, really appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. Here, viewers, on that note, it's a wrap on this edition of the broadcast. Lots more lined up on the other side. Stay tuned.